To the town of our free rode a stranger one fine day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip. The stranger there among them had a big iron on his hip, a big iron on his hip. It was early in the morning when he ran down.
Cut it out, will you?
He came from the south side, slowly looking all around.
You looking to buy some supplies?
Running came the whisper from each lip, and he's here to do some business with a big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. In this town there lived an outlaw by the name of Texas Red. Many men had tried to take him, and that many men were dead. He was vicious and a killer, though a youth of 24, and the notches on his pistol numbered 1 in 19 more, 1 in 19 more. Now the stranger started talking, made it plain to folks around. Was an Arizona ranger, wouldn't be too long in town. He came here to take an outlaw back alive or maybe dead, and he said it didn't matter, he was after Texas Red, after Texas Red. Wasn't
Another satisfied customer. Take it easy.
Texas Red. But the
Let's deal.
Worry men that drive the forward day. 20 men had tried to take him, 20 men had.
You looking to buy some supplies?
21 would be the ranger with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. The morning passed so quickly, it was time for them to.
Give me a shout if you need anything.
It was 20 past 11 when they walked out in the street. Folks were watching from the windows, everybody.
That'll teach the powder gangs to avoid good.
They knew this handsome ranger was about to meet his death.
Sure.
About to meet his death. There was 40 feet between them when they stopped to make their play. And the swiftness of the ranger is still talked about today. Texas Red had not cleared leather for a bullet fairly ripped, and the ranger's aim was deadly with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip.
Welcome, sir.
It was over in a moment, and the folks had gathered round.
Let's see what you got.
Lay the body of the outlaw on the ground. Oh, he might have went on living, but he made one fatal slip.
Welcome, sir. Or
big iron on his hip. Big iron, big iron. When he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip.
Welcome back to the program. This is Mr. New Vegas, and I hope I'm not coming on too strong. If you like news, you're gonna love our next segment.
I am.
Rob's hotel owner Benny has been killed by an unidentified assailant. His former right-hand man Swank consoled mourners.
If I know my pal Benny, he's swinging with the big cat upstairs as we speak. Or he's chasing some angel broad with cans as big as her halo.
In other news, Prim formally sworn in as sheriff today. RNV reporters were on hand to hear the new sheriff address the crowd.
People of Prim, the NCR wishes to inform you that you are under their jurisdiction now. And from now on, you're gonna be living by our rules.
That's all for now. This is Mr. New Vegas saying, I'm just no good without you. And now, I'd like to play one of my very favorite songs for you.
What did you put a plug in his cock tube to make him explode? Ask him then. Well, no idea why your friend Mr. House wants it, but I'm guessing it's not for the caps. What, no music? I'll hold the tears till I'm gone. I'll get out of your hair then.
Move along. No violence is permitted on the strip.
We won't go quietly. The Legion can count on that.
Welcome to the Vegas
Bots
Strip.
have enough firepower to arm a full platoon.
Honey, what's your name?
Welcome to the Vegas Strip. Do not be alarmed. We have been upgraded to serve you better.
An entire army of upgraded Securitrons just standing by over at the fort. Pretty neat, huh? There's a bunch. I think you should visit the other families on the strip. The Omertas, and there is...
Have a nice day. Goodbye.
What's up? Let's go make trouble. See?
You're sitting down wondering what it's all about. You ain't got no money, they will put you out. Why don't you do right? Like some of the men do. Get out of here and get me some money too.
Maybe you're cold, so warm inside. I was always
Hold on, I've got this. I'd like a large atomic shake and a double Brahmin burger. And easy on the agave sauce this time.
We gave you a password, Veronica. It's for your safety.
Johnny Guitar.
I know where you live, Ramos. Open up.
For Pete's sake. Opening up. Welcome back, Veronica.
What if you go? What if you stay? I love you. What if you're cruel? You can be kind.
Listen up. I'm in charge of security around here, and I can't say I'm too happy about having an outsider waltzing around. But since you came in with Veronica, I'm inclined to cut you a little slack. Just behave yourself, and we won't have any problems, okay? Oh, and the Elder's going to want to talk to you. He's on the 2nd level. Just take a right once you get down there. My office is right here in case you need anything. Just ask for Ramos.
Johnny Guitar.
Looking sharp, Ramos.
Behave yourself this time, Veronica.
Hardin will be elder soon. Mark my words.
Hello? Welcome to the range. Feel free to use any open lane. Sure. The Elder's already given the okay. Unfortunately, you'll have to use your own weapons and ammo.
Johnny Guitar. Play it again. Johnny Guitar.
Hey, Torres.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our program. This is Mr. New
If I do a
Vegas.
good job, I might be
And
able to
every
promote
one of
some
you is
paladins.
wonderful in your own space.
Hello, you must be the outsider everyone's talking about. I'm Linda Schuller. If you ever need medical attention, this is the place to come.
Oliver may have uprooted from his post at Camp McCarran in order to be present at Hoover
I suppose I
Dam.
have a...
NCR sources say that holding the dam against Caesar's Legion has become their main strategic priority, and this move would not be unexpected. Also, residents of Novak
Pleasure doing business with you.
following the failed launch of 3 rockets from the Repcon test site. Possible causes suggested were engineering mistakes, century-old equipment, and the fact that the rockets were piloted by a cult of crazy ghouls. Mojave? Mo problems. We're right. Got some Dean Martin coming up, talking about the greatest feeling in the world.
Still breaking hearts there, I see.
Ain't that a kick in the head? Sure is. Dino, it sure is.
When Paladin Ramos informed me that Veronica was approaching with an outsider in tow, at first I didn't know what to think. After giving the matter some thought, however, I've decided that an outsider could be of use to me right now. However, I will not force you to help us. Should you refuse, you will be allowed to leave here, though you'd remain Veronica's responsibility. What do you say, outsider? Are you willing to help us? Then allow me to explain our situation. This bunker is currently locked down, allowing no entry or exit, with you being one of the few exceptions. In exceptional cases, teams are sent out to investigate sites or retrieve materials deemed too important to ignore. 3 such teams have gone missing recently, and the news of their disappearance has not yet been widely spread to avoid undue concern. In order to maintain the peace and adhere to the strictures of the lockdown, I need to send someone else to discover what happened to them. I'm glad I can count on you. Oh, and one other thing. The patrols each had a holotape detailing their missions that you can use to track them. The shielding of the bunker prevents us from actively tracking them, but their positions should show up on your map once you get to the surface. Should our worst fears become realized, please bring back all 3 of the holotapes from the patrols. Otherwise, bring our brothers home. I've given the order that you be given access to some of the equipment our scouts and patrols have scavenged over the years. You won't be allowed to purchase any prohibited equipment, but hopefully some of what's available will prove useful to you. Found the missing patrols, or was something else on your mind? I can spare a little time. What did you want to talk about? It's a protective measure that was enacted after our defeat at Helios. The NCR was hot on our heels, and we wouldn't have survived another encounter. It was decided that we would stay quiet for a time, heal the wounded, and try to come up with a new strategy. However, after we had fully recuperated, our first scouting measures showed that the NCR's presence in this region had only increased in our absence. There are now more than 5 times the number of NCR troops in the area as when we fought them, and we have half the number we did at Helios. And so the lockdown has been extended. To go outside would be the death of us all. We have some personnel that are allowed to travel on the surface. They trade for what we need and occasionally drop off what they acquire. We make sure that they only enter or leave the bunker while the sandstorm is active, to avoid detection. That is this base's defensive system. It serves as camouflage and masks all entry and exit from the bunker. We use it to hide our patrols and supply runners, though we still send such out at night to be extra safe.
Vault 21. Everything's better when you experience it in a vault. Have you ever been in love with a celebrity? Now come on, you don't have to be shy.
So, you're the outsider that's been given leave to wander around freely. Desperate times call for desperate measures, I guess. Name's Hardin. I'm the head paladin of this chapter, and I think we might be able to help each other out. I don't know what the Elder talked to you about, but I can tell you this chapter is in trouble. And he's at the center of it. Are you willing to listen to what I have to say? Why should you trust the Elder? I'd recommend listening to both of us, and choosing whom to trust for yourself. So are you willing to listen? As you may have already heard, this entire base is under a state of lockdown. No one goes out except small patrols at night. Most of the chapter has been sealed in here for years, and those few who were outside when the lockdown was initiated are forbidden from returning. Morale has plummeted as time has gone by, and many of our current paladins haven't seen combat outside of training simulations, and all because of the Elder's explicit order that no one be allowed in or out. The only way things will change is if a new Elder is installed. Veronica's a special case. She handles the procurement of supplies. If we didn't let her and those like her back in, we'd all starve. If the Elder could manage it, he'd shut them out as well, and all in the name of security, which is why we need to replace him. I don't know. I've gone through our records dozens of times looking for a precedent regarding the dismissal of an Elder and come up with nothing. The people who are most likely to know how it could be done are also some of McNamara's strongest supporters, so they refuse to help me, which is why we're having this conversation. An outsider such as yourself would arouse less suspicion asking questions about such matters. The fact that the Elder has some tasks for you means his faithful won't suspect you, and you have a line open to the man himself. In short, you're in a perfect position to help me. Will you at least think about it? If I become Elder, the lockdown will be lifted, and we'll once again be able to send patrols out into the wastes. We'll become powerful again. And when that happens, it will be good to have the Brotherhood as an ally. Good enough? That'll have to do. I'd recommend going to see Ramos first. As head of security, he's more familiar with our protocols than anyone else here. You could also try to find something relevant in our data store, though last I heard Scribe Ibsen is having a bit of a problem accessing it. And if McNamara should give you any tasks, I'd ask that you kept me abreast of them. Report anything you find to me, and we'll move from there.
Good Springs has reportedly regained consciousness and made a full recovery. Now that's a delivery service you can count on. Today's headlines were brought to you by Prem. Prem, the other New Vegas. More classics coming right up for you, so stay tuned.
Sleep, go to sleep. Just lay down your weary head. Dream, sweetly dream. Dream about tomorrow instead.